guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, then welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a very informative video. It's going to be on how to become a freelance makeup artist. Now, if you guys don't know, I have been a freelance makeup artist for 4 to 5 years now, and everything that I have learned from experience or from research. It is really hard, or it was really hard back when I started, for another makeup artist to give you information or give you just tips and tricks on how to become a makeup artist, because this industry is a very competitive one. I'm just gonna share with you guys a lot of important points, and just make sure you guys take notes. And if you guys do have any questions that were not answered in this video, leave them down below and I will definitely get to them. And also, if you guys find these videos interesting or helpful, definitely let me know so I can do like a whole series. I want to do like a series on makeup artist freelancing and all of that stuff. So if that's something that you guys want to see on my channel, definitely let me know. First, I'm gonna begin by telling you guys how I became a makeup artist. So it all started when I was in high school. I started doing makeup on myself. I literally started wearing makeup whenever I was like a junior in high school, and I mean like a full face of makeup, like foundation, eyebrows, eyelashes. So people started liking what I was doing to myself, and a lot of people were asking me, and by people I mean friends and family, to do their makeup. So I started doing makeup on my friends, on my family. Like for prom, I did makeup on 3 of my friends, and for my family I was doing their makeup if we were having an event. So one thing that I do want to talk about, and I'm just gonna slowly talk to you guys about different things that are important when becoming a makeup artist. One of the things that I cannot stress enough is please do not do makeup for free. Even if it's friends or family, you still want to charge them, even if it's a little bit, because what happens is that people start kind of getting used to you doing their makeup for free, and once you want to start charging them, or once you have more experience, then they start getting mad and problems kind of start building up. And I'm telling you guys this from experience. I was not charging at the beginning, and then people were like lining up wanting for me to do their makeup, and as soon as I started charging just a little bit, like everybody was poof gone. And that kind of bothered me, because I was like, my work is kind of worth something, you know, so it's definitely not free, and it definitely shouldn't be free, guys. So even if it's a little bit, like I said, charge them something. So how I started taking clients was, since I was doing makeup on family members and friends, people were seeing my work on other people other than myself. They were liking it, and they would DM me and ask me how much I charged. Like I said, you guys need to charge something, and do not for any reason, even if you're not the best, charge under $20, because that's just ridiculous. Makeup is expensive, so you gotta kind of get your money's worth some way or another, and as soon as you start improving on your makeup, then increase your charges. So once I started taking clients, like I said, I was charging them to begin with $30, and that is just because I was not the best. I was alright, and people were actually paying $30 to get their makeup done. They were kind of recommending me word of mouth, and that is just how I became a freelance makeup artist, how I started getting a lot of clients on the weekends, and just how people started knowing me, knowing my work, and booking me. So let's talk about your kit, what you're going to be needing in your freelance makeup artist kit. Aside from makeup, you're going to be needing a ring light, you're going to be needing a makeup case, and you can also include a makeup chair. Now, I am talking about super pricey things, so obviously you are not going to build your kit from one day to another. This is going to take time, and with time you're going to be adding different things to your kit. So that is how you're going to start building up your kit. Kind of like how you build up your own makeup collection, that is how you're going to be building your kit little by little. What I suggest you do is you try to have a variety. That does not mean go and buy everything from the store. That means buy, for foundations for example, buy a foundation for oily skin, a foundation for dry skin, and try and buy at least 3 shades from each, because you are gonna have people that have different skin tones, If you get someone that is medium to deep, you can mix the medium foundation, the deep foundation, and create their own custom color, and that is what you want. So you don't necessarily need to buy every shade. You can definitely mix foundations and get the right shade. So that is why I suggest that you get maybe 2 or 3 shades from each foundation that you're going to be having. Also, you don't need to buy foundations from the high-end stores. There are a lot of dupes in the drugstore, especially nowadays. They literally have a dupe for everything at the drugstore. So if you don't have the money to include maybe high-end products, then you definitely can have a drugstore only makeup kit for now. And like I said, as you start progressing, you will start getting more and more makeup and your collection will grow. So basically, you're gonna need everything that you need for a full face in your kit, and just grab 2 or 3 shades from everything. That way you can mix things up. Now, if you guys do want to see what I have in my freelance makeup kit, definitely let me know down below. I don't want to get into every single detail because then that is going to take me forever and ever, because there's so many things you need to include. But if you are planning on being a makeup artist, I'm assuming you kind of get the idea. I'm assuming you kind of know what you're doing and know about makeup, so you definitely should know what I'm talking about. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, maybe you should do a little bit more research before you actually decide to start doing makeup for other people. And I do not mean that in a rude way, I mean that in an honest way, because you just need a lot of knowledge if you're going to be doing someone else's makeup. You are going to need to know how to sanitize and sterilize. Now, me myself personally, I learned this in cosmetology school. You do not need to spend $1,000 to learn about sterilization and sanitation, but you definitely, if you have no clue what that is, definitely I suggest that you do your research. You need to be disinfecting implements that you are using on your clients, because there are just so many diseases out there that you can transfer from one client to another client, and you don't want to do that. Sometimes people have infections that you cannot see, so your client can have a cold sore and you use the lipstick wand on them, and then you transfer that cold sore to your next client, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to be contaminating your clients. That is definitely disgusting, and that is not what you want to do, and that is not professional. You need to be disinfecting your implements before and after you use them on each client. You can use a lot of things to do so. The easiest thing is alcohol, and you just need to make sure that you are on point with that sanitation and sterilization. Make sure you're washing your hands in between clients. Make sure you're using Germ-X. You don't want to be spreading germs and spreading bacteria, so just make sure that you are being clean with your kit. Another thing that you need to do, and it's very important, is that you need to have good hygiene. That means that you need to brush your teeth before every appointment. You need to wear deodorant before every appointment. I know this sounds kind of like, of course, like duh, like we're gonna do that, but a lot of people kind of don't think about those things, and you need to make sure that you are on point, that you are smelling good, that you are just not being musty around clients. You are going to be super close to their face, so you do need to make sure that your breath is not going to kick them in the face and just stink, because that is another reason why clients might not book you again. It does sound stupid, and you might do an awesome job on their makeup, but if you stink, like me personally, if someone did my makeup and they stink, then I had to deal with that for a whole hour. I would not call them back even if my makeup was on point. So definitely make sure that your hygiene is good. Make sure that you are showering, and make sure that you are not smelling bad at all. Also, make sure that you are looking professional to your appointments. Make sure that you're not going to your appointments in basketball shorts and flip-flops. Make sure that you are wearing at least tennis shoes or, you know, jeans, and just look well put together. A thing that I would recommend is to wear all black to your appointments, because whenever you wear all black, you definitely look professional. If you guys have seen the girls at MAC, you guys know how they dress all in black and they look really good and really professional and really well put together, and that is what you want. So make sure, even if you're not wearing all black, make sure that you are looking professional and have your hair done. This literally took me a minute to do, so if you wake up late and you don't have time to curl your hair or something like that, put your hair back in a bun. Just make sure it's not messy. Make sure it doesn't look like you just woke up and ran to your appointment. And even if you do wear a messy bun, make sure it is a cute messy bun and not a ratchet messy bun. Another thing that's super important, and I feel like it's not really talked about, is that you need to hold conversations with your clients just so that you can break the ice. You need to be the one to start a conversation. If your clients, most of the time the clients are shy, they're not comfortable, anything like that, you are going to be the one to begin the conversation. You are going to be the one to make them feel comfortable and make them feel good, and just make them feel like they can have a conversation with you. That is very important because you are going to be doing their makeup for the next 30 to 45 minutes, and you don't want to sit there silently because one, that is awkward, and two, a lot of people are stressed whenever you're doing their makeup. It's probably because they have a very big event going on and they just want to let everything out, and sometimes you have to be that person that they let everything out to. So just, you know, start the conversation, ask them about their day, how they have been doing, just if they're excited, if they're nervous. Just try to keep a conversation going so that way they can feel comfortable and just open up to you. Next, we're going to talk about pricing and what you should consider whenever you're setting a price to your work. One thing that I do want to talk about when setting a price to your work is to never, under any circumstance, underprice your work. You need to be confident about your work, especially if you are going to be doing freelancing. You need to make sure that you are good enough to do makeup on clients. So I'm assuming if you want to do makeup on clients, it's because you're really good. So do not underprice your work. Even if you're just beginning, even if you don't have that experience, make sure that you are charging not too little. And what I mean by that is, do not charge under $30. Do not. Like, $30 is literally almost as if you were doing it for free. So do not charge under $30. I would say things to consider when pricing are your experience, your kit, your work, and your area. So let me just explain that a little bit. Your experience means how long you have been freelancing for. If you have just started, if you are maybe a month into it, then definitely do not charge $80. Also, your kit. Do you have a lot of drugstore makeup? Do you have a lot of high-end makeup? Or do you have a little bit of both? If you have only drugstore makeup, you cannot charge the same as if you have all high-end makeup. So definitely consider that. Also, your work. How good is your work? Is it up here or is it all right? Definitely consider that as well. And also with the area that you're in, if the people around your area are all charging $70, do not be the one to charge $100, because they're most likely not going to choose you if the work is the same. So definitely consider all of these things whenever you're thinking about a price. And also I want to mention, with the kit, do not forget that that does include a ring light. It's really important to include a ring light. You can also include a chair, but it's not as important as the ring light, because the ring light is going to give you good lighting. I've had to do makeup before in places when there's literally just one window and no lighting at all. So definitely invest in a ring light. If you do not have a lot of money, try to get a small ring light. Doesn't matter what size it is, as long as it gives out good lighting, because you are gonna need that good lighting for the makeup, for the pictures, the before and afters. So make sure that you do invest in a ring light. It's super important, and I cannot stress it enough. And also I do recommend you get, maybe, like, if you can, a 14-inch, because it's not too big and not too small. And remember, you do have to travel with it, so make sure that it's something that you can carry along. Also, make sure that whenever you are considering a price, that you do not take too long doing makeup. You do not want to take 2 hours on a client, because then that kind of lowers how much you can charge. Make sure you're taking maybe from 30 minutes to an hour maximum, just because most of the times people have to be ready by a certain time, and you do not want to take 2 to 3 hours on one client. Also, make sure that you are being very flexible, that you have a lot of flexibility, especially if you are beginning. I've had clients before where I have to start at 4 in the morning, and it's just what it is. Make sure that you can offer that service at 4 in the morning, because that way you're gonna get that client and you're not gonna lose that client. So make sure that you are being flexible with your hours, unless you really can't, unless you're overbooked or something like that. Then of course there's no way around that. But if you do have the way to do it, make sure that you do it. Make sure that if someone needs to book you maybe at 8 at night, you can do that, you know. Make sure that you have flexibility. It's not going to be always, it's not going to be every day. So the time that it does come around that you have to do it at a certain time, make sure you're flexible about it, and make sure that if you can, you definitely take that client at whatever time they need. Next, we're going to talk about promotion, how to promote your work. Like I said, we are in 2019, you guys. Social media is our biggest platform whenever we are promoting. Make sure you're taking before and afters and that you are posting them. Like I already mentioned, make sure you are tagging brands and hashtagging, and make sure that your things are on public so people can go and just, if someone recommends you, they can go into your profile and they can see your work without having to request you. Me personally, I like Instagram better than any other social media, but you can also do Twitter and Facebook if you're into that. Also, make sure that you have business cards, you guys. I cannot stress that enough. They're really, really important. I've had times before when I go and I book someone and their aunt is there and they like the makeup. So what I do is I give them a business card, and next thing you know, the aunt will call me and book an appointment with me because I had my card available. I've also had to do photo shoots where the photographer will tell me they like my work, and they tell me they have clients all the time looking for makeup artists, and I give them my card, they just pass them around and they promote you as well. So just like I said, make sure you're getting business cards. They are professional and they are really, really good to promote your work. Make sure you are adding your phone number, your email, and then your social media so people can look you up as well. What I like to do is I like to do them on Vistaprint. I will link it down below. They're really affordable and they're really good quality business cards, so definitely check them out. And also make sure that if you for any reason forget your business card, make sure you maybe give them your phone number or any place where they can reach you easily, so that way you don't lose those clients and they can call you and they can hit you up and they can make an appointment with you. So next we're going to talk about appointments. Of course, it's really important on how you're booking your clients. So me personally, I book them through an app, which I feel like it's really easy to keep all of your appointments on track. So on this app, you can put your schedule. So if you only want to work Monday through Friday, or if you want to work Thursday through Sunday, whatever it is, you put the hours you want to work, the days you want to work, and from there people can see your availability and book you. Now the way that they find you is through the link. You share your link. So me personally, I have my link on my Instagram bio. I also have my link on Facebook. I'll post it a few times and then people can go on there and they can book you. If someone texts me and they tell me they want an appointment, I'll send them the link and I'll be like, of course, you can book it here. And that's just really easy, like I said, for me to kind of keep track with my appointments, and it's just a nice and professional way to do it. Now if you don't want to do it through an app, I used to do it through my phone number. Some people do it through their email, but I just find it a little bit harder through my email because I get so many emails sometimes. So I rather just do it either through text, through call, or through this app. It's just up to you. Now I do not require a deposit, just because me personally, I have never had someone cancel on me. But if you do have people cancel on you pretty often, I would suggest that you ask for a deposit. So you can either ask them to pay like 50% of what the appointment is, and that will go towards their appointment, and once their makeup is done, they'll pay you the other 50%. Or you can also ask for a $10, a $15, a $20 deposit, anything that you want, for their spot to be held for that date. So say someone wants me to do their makeup on May 30th at 9 o'clock. So I'll be like, okay, in order for me to save that spot for you, you need to give me a deposit of so and so. Like I said, I've never had someone cancel on me, so I don't require deposits, but you definitely can. And if you feel like people are always canceling on you, then you definitely should. I honestly think that the most important things, honestly, are for you to have thick skin and confidence, because sometimes people would try to bring you down. There are clients that are very rude and very mean, and you just have to be confident in your work, and you have to have thick skin in order to be like, okay, you don't like this, like how can I fix it? Not everybody is gonna love it, not everybody is gonna have the same style as you, so definitely be open-minded and definitely be aware that that's gonna happen, and don't feel bad about it. It's not your work. It's sometimes people, they're just like that, and that's totally okay. Everybody has different taste. Some people may think what I'm wearing right now is too dramatic for them, and that is totally okay. I personally like it, but if they don't like it on themselves, I'm not gonna go and do a dramatic look on them. So definitely keep that in mind. Everybody is different, and that is totally fine. Make sure whenever you're done with the client that they are telling you if they like it or if they don't like it, because if they don't like it, you don't want them to be unhappy. You definitely want them to let you know what it is you can fix for them to actually like it. And just make sure that you also like give your opinion. Like sometimes people will be like, this is the dress that I'm wearing, like what do you think my makeup should look like? And then I'll pull up a picture and be like, well, this would look great with your dress. And then they can tell me, oh yeah, I like it, or okay, that looks good, but can you change this and that? Definitely give your opinion, you guys. A lot of people don't really know about makeup, so they are looking to you for you to guide them. So definitely do that. If they ask you, if they don't want your opinion, don't give it to them. Like I said, everybody is different. That's totally fine. But that is it. That is literally all that you have to know if you are trying to begin. If I did miss anything, or if you guys want me to get more into detail about any subject, definitely let me know so I can do a more in-detail video. This was just kind of like an overview of all the things that you need to know whenever you are starting. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video.